Sweet. Ballroom Blitz Radio Dead Air. Here today, Tuesday night. Or is it Wednesday? Or is it Tuesday? I don't know. Which day is it, Grady? What day is it? No, it's not that. Hi. You want to have a conversation? Want to talk? Grady? Want to talk? You shut up, man. You go play. Silly boy. Okay, so lots more to come tonight. We still got about another hour to roll. We'll do things. Magic things. What? 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 Hello? You're being very obnoxious tonight. You know that? Cat. All right, so I have been catching up with Legion recently. This is going to be one of those short shows because it's only going to be 3 seasons. It's coming up near the end of its run, and this season has this has been a season I was curious how they were going to handle. If you've been following Legion, the first season was about David, who is Charles Xavier's son, Professor X's son, discovering his powers and discovering what he could do. The second season was about becoming a hero and ultimately completely screwing that up. And this last season has been about embracing being a villain, but also trying to just. There's a lot relevant in what's going on with Legion and also with what's going on with us socially and a lot of things that dudes have been doing for fucking ever that's finally being called into question. It's well, first of all, there's nothing else like Legion on television. This show goes nanners. And the reason for that is it's focusing on David's perspective, so he is the ultimate unreliable narrator. And that allows Noah Hawley, who is the showrunner for Legion, that allows him a lot of leeway to do some really out there things. Oh, shit fell down. Brady. Stop knocking stuff over. Being naughty. No mischief. Stop the mischief. Anyway. Like one of the things they do in Legion is musical numbers and dance-offs and rap battle. This episode this week had a rap battle on the psychic plane, on the astral plane. And the reason these things are not ridiculous and don't descend into self-parody, it's strange that even when we have something as just funny and silly as a rap battle, the framing and the context of the show makes it deadly serious. And it works on this level. I have never seen something like this work before. They have been trying so many different things and they get away with it. Well, I don't say they get away with it, they succeed with it. Some things that are just completely out there. You haven't seen an episode of Legion? You should. It is one of the most impressive television shows of the last few years. There's just simply nothing else like it. Nothing. The idea, what's even better is that this is one of those things that Marvel just said, you want to do what? you want to make a show about Charles Xavier's bastard son who has mental health issues and superpowers. Really? That's what you want to like? Okay, go nuts. Have fun. Whatever. And strangely, that go nuts whatever they did. The only three characters, I'm pretty sure, there's only three characters in the show that are actually from the comic books. And that's the Shadow King, Charles Xavier. He finally shows up this season. They got a new actor playing him, but he did show up this season. And Legion himself. Those are the only three characters from the comics that are in the show. The rest of them were made whole cloth for this series. The mutant powers are not, nobody's shooting fire from their hands. Nobody has psychic blast. Nobody's turning into super strong, fighting men. The people have very different sort of superpowers. One of the main characters, Sydney, her superpower is if she touches you, you and her swap bodies for an amount of time. She takes over your body, you take over hers. Another one is there's Carrie and Carrie. There are two mutants that inhabit the same body, and they can split at times, but they depend on each other. These aren't powers that are like, super cool comic book powers. These are the other mutant powers that had to have happened. Not everybody is going to get telekinesis. Some people are going to get shitty mutant powers. These are the kind of mutant powers that the other folks get. But to see them portrayed in a heroic light regardless is still fascinating. That visually, there's nothing else like Legion on television. The experiments they take with this show, the links they go to, the choices of shots, of editing, for one thing, it's all designed to be just a little unsettling, especially when we're looking at the show from David's perspective. The setting is unclear time-wise. We have a bunch of modern technology and ideas and stuff, but everything seems to be set in sort of a 60s architecture and costuming and stuff like that, which doesn't make any sense. But and it's also tacky, deliberately tacky, I'd say. It's gauche and kitschy, and I think the reason for that is those automatically put you on edge. Either you find it hilarious for one reason or you find it off-putting, but you're not comfortable when you experience those designs. Even if for no other reason is they're out of your time reference. There is something about 60s, 70s design that just seems off to modern sensibilities. It's hard to explain it. But that's a deliberate choice on the parts of the showrunners, because just the look of the show is subtly, quietly putting you on edge and making you discomforted. Which might sound like something like, I don't want to watch that. No, it's important because it sets a mood and a frame of mind for experiencing the show. I love that. It's definitely conscious that it's trying to do something to the audience. And it's not just one where you sit and experience it. It's one where you have to engage it. You have to think about it. You have to question how and why and what and who. And it's just bizarre and fascinating. I'm tempted to play you a bit here if you've never seen Legion before, just to give you an experience of what you know what? I'm going to do it. A short bit, because I don't want to get in fucking trouble for doing this, but I do. Well, we'll think of this a bit as a review, a little mini sort of review. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah. Yeah, we'll do this. And I'll stay on the screen. That I guess that will be or I'll just keep the mic on so we can talk. Yeah, there we go. That's what we're gonna do. This is one of the most striking sequences from the show, and I definitely wanted to share it with you because just to give you an idea of what they're doing and what they're capable of, and just you got to see this. You gotta. This is from the end of season 2, and it's fucking awesome. Let's go here. Let's do it.
No one knows what it's like to be the bad man, to be the sad man behind blue eyes. No one knows what it's like to be hated, to be fainted, to telling only lies. But my dreams, they aren't as empty as my conscience seems to be.
I want to comment on this, but I don't want to step on it. And the choices here of songs, there are a lot of covers that are done in the show. And by the way, this actor is actually singing the lines. I'm not sure if but he's actually singing it in native language of the character. And now it kicks off. This is probably the best depiction of a psychic battle that I've ever seen. Legion versus the Shadow King. The next thing, and you know a little bit about that. All right, yeah, that's enough. That's enough. So anyway, that's enough just to give you an idea of what that is. The entire show. There are so many shots and moments and direction and choices in Legion as to just leave you breathless. It's so creative and so different. It's not the comic book show that we've come to. I mean, you have your standard stuff, and that's not saying it's bad. You have stuff like The Flash and Supergirl and all that. Standard comic book stuff. And it's still fun. It's good. I have no problem with those. This is just doing something different and presenting it in such a fantastic way. The show leaves you constantly guessing, and it definitely engages its audience deliberately and pointedly engages them. So if you can, it's on FX. If you have cable, you can probably go back and get video on demand. That's the words. Probably go back and find that on their site. Let's see, is Legion streaming anywhere? Who has it? I think Hulu has it. Yep, it's on Hulu. So if you have Hulu, you can get it. If you don't, get a free trial. You can watch it on Hulu. Yeah, some of the ways they engage in psychic combat. There's also rap battles and dance offs and stuff like that. It's fantastic. I cannot stress you enough. It is an experience. I'm going to be sad when it's off TV, and I'm going to be anxious to see what Noah Hawley works on next, because, and just to give you an idea, poor Noah Hawley, okay? I'm going to go to look at his biography, his filmography. All right. Yeah, here it is. First off, he was set to write and potentially direct a movie for Universal Pictures as part of the Dark Universe. Remember that? Remember when they were going to turn mummies and Dracula and Frankenstein? Remember when they were going to do like a franchise out of that? Yeah, yeah. So next up, after that fell through, he was hired to write and direct Doctor Doom for 20th Century Fox. So yeah, then that fell through. So he's had a bit of a shit time with movies lately. And it's a shame, because as you just saw, the kind of stuff he can create, he's incredibly talented. What other stuff has he worked on? He's also been responsible for Fargo, if you've been watching that show. He's behind Fargo. So yeah, he's kind of gotten screwed over, and it's such a shame, because he is phenomenal. As you just saw, the whole show is like that. Other actors, Aubrey Plaza, you remember her from Parks and Recreation? She really gets to go off in this show, and it's wow. Wow. In any event, please see it, please watch it, please enjoy it, because it's definitely unique television, and I want to see more things like this. The only way you get to see more things like this is to watch stuff like this. It's going to wrap up soon, so it's not a whole lot to watch. There's only going to be 3 seasons of it. Let's see, how many total episodes are there going to be? Yeah, total so far there are. It is a really short show. There are grand total of 27 episodes across 3 seasons. It's not a long show, so you could probably watch it fairly quickly. You definitely, give it a shot. I guess that's the best way to. It's one of those. I had to show you what they were capable of. Because, I love that show. It's great work there. All right. Speaking of great work, Rap Critic. He's a bro. He's a dude. He's got some stuff. We're gonna watch his stuff because he's cool. Still taking requests. We've got another 45 minutes to run. Stay tuned. 19 years. Radio Dead Air.
Hi, I'm the Rap Critic, and these are some of the worst lyrics I just happened to hear in the past couple of weeks. Hold up! Before I'm descended upon by the beehive, allow me to explain. I'm